What's up, YouTube? This is your boy JD, and here I know it's a Monday. I'm posting this video. You're probably seeing it on Tuesday. I will do a division video for Tuesday, but I had to do something special today. Basically, I had to get my boys back into the winning column because I was on a 3-game losing streak, and I beat the stew out of Minnesota Timberwolves. So hopefully, I can get my revenge back on the Spurs. As you can see right here, I almost beat them, and I just couldn't pull it off because of lack of defense. Also, I did some trades since it was coming to the trade deadline. Miami Heat did a trade with me, so I got Hassan Whiteside and Trey Frazier, I think that's his name, their point guard, and I gave Miami Heat Ricky Rubio and Sean Livingston. So I needed a strong power forward, so I made Hassan Whiteside start as a power forward, while Rudy Gobert starts as my starting center. So hopefully you guys enjoy this San Antonio Spurs defeat, hopefully. And don't forget to hit that like button. Let's get to that gameplay.
This is 2K Sports broadcasting from San Antonio as the Spurs take it to the hardwood here at the AT&T Center. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Brett Barry and Greg Anthony. We've got David. Now let's get a pregame report from home.
Well, guys, he told.
Thank you, David. Now, Brent, we're far enough into the season where certain rookies are starting to hit the wall. What can coaches do to stop that process or help them through that process of that rookie, that so-called rookie wall?
I mean, to be perfectly honest with you, Kevin, there's not much a coach can do for a player. And I'll tell you, I've seen it where a player after 41 games is gassed. And certainly over the course of the past few years, I've seen plenty of rookies not be phased at all. So it just depends on the makeup of the guy and what he's been asked to do. I don't know that there's too much a coach can really get into the head of a player on, other than trying to keep him confident.
All right, let's set the floor. Courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. And so in the game for the Jazz, they've got Whiteside. Mitchell is out there with Frazier. And there's Anderson, and it's Gobert in at center. There's the double team from Whiteside. 6 on the shot clock. Here's Gasol. Gobert with the block. And here's Frazier to the wing right side. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Anderson can't get it to go. Last game for the Spurs, they picked up the W against Memphis.
And I know the defense wasn't great, but yet and still, their ability to stay composed was impressive.
But it led to a big scoring effort, taking advantage of every weakness. So any possession the defense wasn't aggressive on, they were on the offensive end.
Mr. Gobert. Here's Mitchell. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
Artful passing on that play, showing a real desire to set up the teammate.
The feed to Powell. Aldridge a screen. There's the pick. Powell kicks to Leonard. Over Anderson. Doesn't get it to drop for him. And Utah the other way now. They're coming off that win against Minnesota.
And I love the fact that they did such a good job of really reacting to what the defense was giving them.
They capitalized on so many opportunities. The offense tonight just extremely fluid.
Mills in the corner. But Trey. Utah with the rebound.
And you don't want to give up that kind of look too often.
Here's Frazier. Lays it up off the glass. Frazier's got his first basket.
That's a gorgeous assist. Outstanding at finding his guys in the spots where they want the basketball.
Here's Aldridge. Good on the bucket.
A super high percentage shot from Aldridge there. Layups work.
Jazz trail by 3. To the wing on the left. There's the screen. Now here's Whiteside. He's covered closely. Frazier. Can't tie it up as that one misses. San Antonio's gone 1 or 2 from long range in the first quarter. And in this first quarter, about 3 minutes played. Good-looking screen by Gasol. Anderson against Leonard. He feeds it to Mills. And the three off target.
That's where I like the shot selection. The defense cannot afford to give up wide open shots, and they dodged a bullet there.
Mitchell passes to Anderson. Gobert the screen. Here's Frazier. A picture-perfect screenplay, and the jumper's good.
And defensively, you've got to make a greater effort working over the screens.
Yeah, it's a bit of a lazy play right there. You're hoping that the guy misses the shot without really doing your job in challenging it.
Here's Powell. Good, and Aldridge gets the assist.
Well, he's like a carpenter out there. Great floor awareness, zipping the ball over to his teammates with ease.
And with the emergence of Kawhi Leonard, LaMarcus Aldridge has become a secondary scorer in San Antonio. Brent, how do you like him in that role?
I think that's where LaMarcus Aldridge really fits best, even in his time in Portland with the tremendous offensive output he had as one of the Blazers' greatest of all time. He's sometimes not leaned upon as being the primary scorer, even though that low block basically belongs to LaMarcus Aldridge.
Looking at who's out there now for the Spurs. Gay comes in for Pau Gasol. And Murray subbed in for Patty Mills.
Nice stroke from the line by Whiteside. You know, he's only going to get better from there with some practice.
Now here's Powell, guarded closer. And there's the pass to Aldridge. 5 to shoot. Banked in off the glass. Aldridge has got his second basket of the night.
Inside with a hand in his face, Aldridge undeterred.
Frazier kicks to Mitchell. Shoots over Powell. Goes back up, and it's laid in by Whiteside.
And a nice job here early of establishing an inside presence.
Gay, a screen on Frazier. Murray dishes to Aldridge. Now Gay. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Memphis, and the call will be against Justin Anderson. That is his first foul of the game. A different look now for San Antonio. Martin's checked in for Aldridge. Kyle Anderson comes in for Kawhi Leonard, and it's Green in for Powell. Murray the pass to Green. Martin the screen. Gay in the corner. Oh, good with the triple. Jazz have gone just a shade under 50% from the field. 5 of 11. Frazier kicks to Whiteside. To the paint. It's tipped. And now the fast break Anderson with the ball, and finished off by Anderson.
And a cued in Hassan Whiteside on that play. Great at playing within the offense and then spotting the open man.
Anderson right side. He kicks it to Green. Anderson the screen. On the wing, Green. 4 on the clock. Over Mitchell. On the mark with the 15-footer. Green's got his first 2 points of the night.
Beautiful high release on that jump shot. Green had a guy draped all over him, but his mechanics came through.
Here's Mitchell. Lays it in without an inch of room around him.
They are just killing them on the interior.
Now here's Murray. Frazier covering. That one goes. Count it.
Absolutely fearless. I mean, a nice subtle adjustment there going up against Lynn.
Yeah, this is the feel of a player to use his body to keep the shot from being blocked. Excellent work there.
They're finding lanes to the hoop now with consistency. 5 buckets in a row from the paint.
Gay kicks to Murray. Nailed from three-point land. And the Spurs lead by 1.
Some guys just take pride in how they set screens. It might seem like a small part of the game. As you saw there, it can have a huge impact in getting a shooter an open look at the basket.
The basket counts, and 1. He'll go to the line with a chance to make it a 3-point play. And mostly with Whiteside on the offensive end, he's there to clean up the misses, finish a play with a dunk.
And the footwork of Whiteside continues to improve. He does a really good job of shielding the ball when stepping through towards the rim and gets himself in great position to collect lobs when the guys on the perimeter find some space in the gaps. And that's a huge target to throw the ball up to.
Off the pick. The shot missing. And Utah the other way now. Last time they met was in Utah.
Yeah, and looking back at their last game against this club, they were badly out-rebounded.
No, right now he is locked in. He's getting great shots, and he's burning the D in a variety of ways.
Here's Gay. It's not going to go for him. Nice D from Frazier.
Just doing the job on the backboard.
6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Nice shot by Gobert.
And they keep hammering away at him inside, forcing the ball into the paint.
Here's Murray. Score the basket, his second of 2 attempts.
Yeah, and there it is again. On a lot of their possessions this first half, they've established great inside position.
Frazier outside. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. It's going to be on Rudy Gay.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
The Jazz have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both. The first free throw is good. And Frazier drops them both. Just 4 seconds left to play in the first. Murray. And released it in time, but it's off the mark. And so it's the Utah leading by 6. On the floor for Utah, getting going here in the second quarter. They've got Mitchell. Whiteside is out there with Gobert. Then there's Anderson, and it's Neto in at the 1. In transition, here comes San Antonio. Martin with the ball. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss.
And battling hard on the glass, they hold the advantage here so far.
Mitchell's shot is good.
How about the passing? They are moving the ball without any thought, without any individual agenda.
Green kicks to Murray. Martin the screen. And with that, the Jazz lead is cut to just 5 points in the basket for Murray.
Danny Green is such a fantastic system player, and this is a pretty fantastic system, so it's working out well.
Here's Whiteside, and Utah again with the bucket. San Antonio's gone 3 of 7 tonight from 3-point territory. Murray kicks to Martin. Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. The drive by Gay. An easy layup after coming off the pick.
And I like the energy of Gay, especially inside. He's incredible at getting to his spots in the paint.
Neto can't get it to go. Spurs trail by 5. This one for 3. That's good from Gay on the assist by Green. Gay's got 5 points in the quarter.
Guys, that's just really unstoppable. He poses a ton of matchup problems for whomever he's facing.
Anderson with the screen for Whiteside. Here's Gobert. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J.
And now you can see the D having problems stopping the mid-range jumper, just not really closing out as much as they need to.
Anderson dishes to Murray from the left block, and that's out of bounds. San Antonio will retain possession. A different look now for San Antonio. Pau Gasol is checked in for Jarrell Martin. Leonard comes in for Rudy Gay. And it's Mills in for DeJounte Murray. Second quarter of play with around 2 minutes gone so far.
Wonderful defense, staying active around the rim and then really putting the shooter in a tough spot.
Right side, no good. San Antonio trailing here. Lets it go with a 3. Mills can't hit. Here's Mitchell. He's coming off a 22-point game against Minnesota.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now. Anderson the screen. There's the pick. Green kicks to Anderson. Now the dish to Leonard. 5 on the clock. Nice jump shot from the top of the key. Leonard's got 7 points. So often nowadays in transition, Brent, we'll see a guy get to the rim, then kick it out to someone standing at the three-point line. What's your feeling on that?
Kevin, who's at the three-point line?
Well, let's say Brent Barry's out there.
I'm more than okay with that. You know, some of the guys, Kevin, in the new age are running to the three-point line. And as the ball gets to the rim, yeah, the modern-day fast break is not your classic 3-on-2, and we're going to take the wings coming in, and we're going to feed one guy for a layup. That first available wide-open three-point shot, whether 2 seconds into the possession or 12, is something coaches are willing to live with.
Problem is, though, sometimes that big wants to run and does run, but you don't reward him, and then maybe they don't run the next time down.
That's exactly right, Kevin. You have a big guy working that hard. Problem is, in today's game, some of those big guys are also running to that three-point line.
You're exactly right. And Mills kicks to Green. To the inside. Mills in the corner. It's stolen by Gobert. Here's Mitchell, and it's Mitchell with the jam.
And that's the classic 1-2 punch right there. I mean, nice steal, and then how about the elevation, Kevin, on the finish?
And Greg, nothing spurs some quick offense like a great play defensively.
Well, it fires up your teammates and the fans when you make plays like that out in the open court and explosive.
LaMarcus Aldridge, he's checked in for the Spurs. Norman Powell comes in for Danny Green. Utah also making some changes. Albert Covington's checked in for Mitchell. And it's Jackson in for Raul Neto. Now here's Powell. Not a lot of room. San Antonio again missing.
Just a solid performance on the interior. The rebounding has been off the charts. And listen, you can't design a play any better to get a look that good. Just couldn't knock it down.
The best players know that is going to happen, and you just can't let it get into your head. That's a shot that you want to take.
Jackson passes to Gobert. Covington in the corner. And it's sent back by Aldridge.
There's that length and anticipation. Hard to get the ball over Aldridge in that scenario.
Spurs trail by 12. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Mills dishes to Aldridge. Trying to get back on track. Shakes him. And he lays it up and in. Aldridge has got 6 points.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races. Covington
kicks to Gobert. Covington passes to Gobert. It's in, and he's a very efficient 5 for 6 on the game.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Passes to Leonard. And here's Mills for 3. Rebound, Utah. Gobert's got rebound number 7 for him tonight.
I've not seen him shoot this poorly, guys, in a game this season.
And there are a lot of things to like about Hassan Whiteside's game, but one is his focus on his ability to rebound.
Well, so many nights where you look at the stat sheet and Whiteside collecting 15, 18, 20 rebounds. That is a guy who's dominating the glass, and that can give you confidence as a defender that your big man is going to take care of any miss.
Spurs trail by 13. Pass to Powell. Dishes it to Mills. Down low. And he was camped in the lane there, and he gets the 3-second call. Just a quick look now at how the point totals have looked over the last few months for Leonard.
It's been surprising to me to see him take a little bit of a tumble lately in terms of what he's doing for them offensively. The points just haven't been there for him like they were a few months back. The defenses he's facing have adjusted to him, and he hasn't been able to make his own adjustments.
Gasol did not stop moving his hands there, especially as the shot was going up. Always going to be right there to send anything back if it's close.
Leonard with no one around. Sinks the triple. Leonard's got 5 points in the quarter.
And they are absolutely stroking it from beyond the arc.
And a first time out of the game called for Utah. LaMarcus Aldridge standing 6'11", tall for the power forward position.
He's got the size advantage on most defenders and a devastating ability to shoot a turnaround jumper, especially over the left shoulder from the mid-range. So a great and capable scorer.
Rudy Gay's checked in for the Spurs. DeJounte Murray comes in for Patty Mills. And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down to just 8 points with the bucket from Gay. Outside Jackson. And here's Covington from the arc. LaMarcus Aldridge grabs the miss. Aldridge has got his 3rd rebound on the night.
And we haven't seen them be quite as aggressive driving the basketball, settling far too much for jumpers.
It's an underrated strength of LaMarcus Aldridge, able to power in the shot even when being fouled.
Jackson gets the bucket.
Great awareness. No reason to take it inside there against the taller man.
Yeah, most analytics will tell you that the mid-range jumper is not an efficient shot, but you see how effective with guys like that it can be.
Here's Gay, and the shot is good, dropping in off the front of the rim. Gay's got 9.
Well, the game's 4 quarters, and after a tough first half, he's found his rhythm in the second.
Jackson dishes to Matt. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. And the Jazz lead by 8. San Antonio's gotten half their shots from three-point range to go down in the second quarter. 3 of 6 from downtown.
And defense timed that out perfectly. Love the aggressiveness, and then they changed the shot's direction.
The offensive rebound, Howard, and a good offensive board, and he gets the bucket.
And I like how hard he's working on the glass. A strong big man who is excellent at coming up with second chance opportunities.
Here's Leonard. Oh, and the jam by Leonard.
And wait to finish and cut into that lead a little bit.
Yeah, but look at the basket guy still shaking. Utah leading by 8. Skill tandem of Leonard and Aldridge at the 3 and the 4. Mills out there with Norman Powell. And it's Gasol at the 5 roaming the paint. That's the San Antonio 5.
Kevin, he is tough to stop when he gets to the rim.
Yeah, Greg, he can get up a few notches higher. And Mills kicks to Powell. Has 3-pointers off the mark.
They've shown some strength in the paint today. Their work on the boards has been impressive.
And it's sent back by Aldridge. Beyond the arc. Shot by Frazier, no good. So it's the Spurs now. They'll be off to Oklahoma City for a meeting with the Thunder after this one. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. Hey, Brent, Jerry West once said that his ultimate lineup would feature 5 6'9" players. I like that. In a league that features so much switching, and you were just talking about this, would that be the perfect recipe for a versatile lockdown defender?
Well, I'd take 4 6'9" players in Jerry West. How about that? That might be pretty
Always
good.
include West with anybody, right? West with anybody.
No doubt about it. At 6'9", I think what Jerry's alluding to there, Kevin, is the fact that each of those guys would have a tremendous amount of length to cover up the floor. So foot quickness, lateral movement, and then that length to bother anybody, not only challenging shots, but also getting to the rim and making sure that there's some protection around the interior part of your defense.
For San Antonio, they have gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line.
And really, the form at the line all season has been terrific. 79% as a team.
And so he hits both. Here in this third quarter, just over a minute play. Kicks it to Howard. And Gasol sends it back.
And they're 1 of 4 here to start the second half.
Feeds to Mills. Outside Aldridge. Over Urepko. And the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut to just 5 points on the basket from Aldridge.
That's where Aldridge burns defenses repeatedly. His mid-range game is so advanced and so polished, evidenced by that shot there. Ooh, excellent work getting that close to the basket. Got to be happy getting those type of shots.
And Mills kicks to Leonard. Gasol, a screen on Covington. Over Urepko. Kicks it out to Leonard. Kept alive. Second chance shot. That one falls. 12 points for LaMarcus Aldridge.
Love the follow-up. It's as if Aldridge knows where the shot's coming from and gets himself in great position on the glass.
Screen by Howard. Covington passes to Howard. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Howard's got 4 this quarter.
I'm sorry, that's poor defense down low again. It's been a mismatch thus far in the paint.
Aldridge's screen. Now here's Mills. Frazier covering. Launches it. Shot clock at 6. And with that, the Utah lead is cut down now to just 4 in the basket from Patrick Mills.
For all the strides he's made in other parts of his game, Mills remains at his heart a dead-eye three-point shooter.
Here's Frazier, and Gasol sends it back. To the middle, stolen. In transition, here come the Jazz. And it's Howard finishing it off.
Dwight Howard, one of the biggest targets in transition. You can't allow him to get where he wants to go without resistance.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
That's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game. And that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Third quarter of basketball here, and just a little under 3.5 minutes gone by. Aldridge with a screen on Frazier. Anderson outside. Out to the wing. Howard with the steal. Jefferson dishes to O'Quinn. Lets it go from 11, and it's good off the back rim and in. And now it's an 8-point Jazz lead. Spurs have gone 3 of 5 to start the second half, developing a nice rhythm out there. And Tim Frazier, drafted out of Penn State, but as a rookie in the D-League, he won the league's MVP award back in 2015.
Well, he had a sensational year that year, and he's gotten some good looks. Philadelphia and Portland, time in New Orleans, but deserving a shot at the NBA at 6'1". This guy is just a scrapper and plays with tremendous confidence.
Outside Jefferson. Good on the triple.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
And Mills kicks to Martin. Martin the screen. Here's Mills. Good, and it's Green picking up the assist. Mills has got 6 points.
Like the execution on the floater there, Patty Mills is adept at measuring those difficult shots.
A nice shot by Frazier. And the Jazz lead by 9.
I love the pace he's playing with, letting his offense come to him naturally and then building upon this lead for his team.
Green, the pass to Aldridge. Over Howard. Aldridge can't get it to go.
Wow, huge sigh of relief for the defense on that possession. You cannot give mid-range shooters any space like that to operate.
Howard with this screen on Green. Mitchell dishes to Frazier. Another shot. A nice shot by Howard. He's got 10. And the Spurs with possession here. Mills with it. He's got 6. He dishes it to Green. Sweet little floater. Green's got his 3rd basket of the night right there.
That floater is a thing of beauty, effective when it's used the right way.
And O'Quinn kicks to Mitchell. Green with the block.
It's not talked about often enough, but Green averages more blocks per game than almost all other backcourt players.
Good on the shot.
And nicely done. Running the floor well, then attacking the rim.
The exclamation point in transition with the high percentage finish.
And the Spurs with some changes. Rudy Gay's checked in for Jarrell Martin, and it's DeJounte Murray in for Patty Mills. And Utah also making a switch. Robert Covington's checked in for Richard Jefferson.
And such an important contributor to his team's success over the years. It's amazing that Green was a 2nd-round pick and coming out of a big school at that.
Here's Howard, and he makes the bucket, drew contact, and gets the whistle too.
This guy is just shredding the defense right now. He's hitting any shots he's putting up.
And And Dwight Howard, the first pick overall in the 2004 draft. At his peak, he won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 3 consecutive seasons. And, Brent, he's the only one.
I think you have to at some point just realize what it is that Dwight Howard has been for the length of his career. A lot of people had tremendous expectations that he was going to dominate offensively. It's just not been the case. He has led the league in rebounding 6 times. He's been an 8-time All-Star and will probably end up being in the Hall of Fame.
Nice pass. Led him to the rack perfectly for the layup. Howard's got 15 points.
Well, the O looks unstoppable tonight, especially because of that guy. He's just torching them.
Murray kicks to Green. Stolen by Mitchell. Here's Jackson. Finished off the break. And the Jazz lead by 13.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at both ends. Steals, fast break buckets, and the other team in scramble mode.
For San Antonio, they have only 1 missed free throw. They've had 5 attempts and made 4 of them.
At the line for your Spurs,
Free throw good, Murray.
Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
A different look now for San Antonio. Saul comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. And it's Powell in for Danny Green. And Utah with a change here, too. Gobert's checked in for Kyle O'Quinn. Jackson passes to Howard. Rebounded by the Spurs.
The defense was in the area, but not really effective. He has to put away this layup.
Gasol dishes to Powell. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Powell's got his second basket of the night.
That's what you're going to get with Pau Gasol, a tremendous passer who's got his eyes up at all times.
Whistle on the play. Bucket's good. He'll go to the line. They get Pau Gasol.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
The Jazz have shot 6 of 7 at the line. Spurs trail by 12. There's 18 seconds left here in the third quarter. Gay kicks to Powell. Gasol, a screen on Covington. They set the pick. 6 to shoot. 17-foot shot on the way. Another one falls for San Antonio.
And this is an area where Gay is especially...
3 quarters in the books, folks. Glad to have you with us. Welcome back as we get going. Spurs trail by 10. And Utah looking at who they've got to start the fourth quarter. They've got Gobert. Anderson is out there with Whiteside. And there's Jackson. And it's Mitchell in at the 2 spot. Nobody near Gay. Again, the Spurs good for 2.
Yeah, the onslaught continues. He's been unstoppable now for a couple of nights.
Well, a tip of the cap to the coaching staff here. They're recognizing how well he's playing, so the game plan has been built around him.
They're doing a really good job of getting the ball inside and attacking the paint. That's an area they have completely dominated.
And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul. Outside Gasol. And so the ball out of bounds. Gobert touched it last.
Playing with lots of energy here, trying to cause turnovers.
Yeah, even though he doesn't come up with the steal, that kind of deflection will disrupt the rhythm of this offensive possession.
Just 4 to shoot. Murray. Hassan Whiteside grabs the miss. Whiteside's got rebound number 7 for him tonight. Gay with the block.
You got to respect those long arms of Gay. I mean, superb at swatting shots away, put those big hits.
And Leonard gets it to go.
And defensively, neither side able to get many stops.
Well, it's one of those nights where if a team down the stretch can get 1 or 2 stops, they may win it.
And it's out of bounds. Utah able to retain possession here. We've gone about a minute and a half into the fourth quarter. Whiteside, the pass to Mitchell. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. And the Jazz lead by 10. Murray. Guarded by Jackson. Murray dishes to Gasol. Now here's Powell. Back to Gasol. Spurs passing it around. And then Leonard with the dunk.
Well, he's making it look effortless. You combine Leonard's athleticism with his skill set and now that confidence. Nights like this are inevitable. So far, he's a can't-miss player. A superb scorer who plays to his strength.
San Antonio calls timeout.
And one thing they'll discuss are their defensive rotations. The other is in the matchup.
We're seeing very little help defense on the inside, and even when there is help, it's been ineffective.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, David Aldridge.
During that break, Greg Popovich really had some strong advice for his team. He is not pleased. He told them they have to make a push right now. He said, look, we got to make a move or I've got to pull the plug. Pretty blunt stuff, Kevin. Back to you.
All right, David, thanks.
And such a good feel for the game. Kawhi knows exactly what this offense is trying to accomplish and acts as a willing facilitator.
A free throw drops for Gobert. Mills, he's checked in for Murray. Shelvin Max checked in for Utah. And Gobert drops them both.
We're still waiting for that first miss from the line this half.
To the inside, and it's sent back by Mitchell.
And they hold a huge advantage on the backboards.
Basket is good, and he'll get a chance for one more at the free throw line. Brent, when you were playing, your ability to pass and shoot, and you were 6'7", really a positionless player before the term became popular. You could play so many ways, in so many different positions all over the floor. I would think that would fit today's game perfectly.
Well, it's nice of you to say, Kevin. I'd like to think that I was a bit of a switchblade player, especially the way the offenses now are expanding to the three-point line and giving guys with creativity a lot of room to operate. And if the first available shot's an open three for a guy on your team, I could probably sink my teeth into something like that.
You like positionless basketball? Why do you like watching it now?
Well, that's the way I play defense, Kevin. Positionless.
Now here's Powell, defended by Anderson. Gasol using his post moves to get the 2 points.
Gasol working on the block, always patient, surveying. Good job getting deep that time.
Here's Whiteside. That's good. Basket number 5 on a 5-for-8 night shooting.
Up by a bunch. He's still pushing the action, trying to impose his will.
Well, collectively, they've done it tonight here. A passionate performance from the squad.
It's good from long range. Mills has got it back down to single digits for the Spurs.
The dangerous in the catch and shoot. When Mills sets his feet, has great balance, he's tough to stop.
Outside Leonard. That's a 2 from Powell. Rebounded by the Jazz. Whiteside's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game. Here's Mack. Gasol with the rebound. Gasol's got 6 rebounds now in the game. Pass to Mills for the 3. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. Mills has got 12 points in just the second half.
Boy, this final period, they are putting up a ton of shots from deep.
Yeah, and making them. Once you get into this kind of rhythm with the 3 ball, it is so difficult for the defense to do anything about it.
Gobert brings the double team. A 3 from Gay. He can't get it to go. And Utah the other way now. Here's Mitchell. Lets it go from the baseline and nails it. And it's a 10-point Utah lead.
I mean, the stroke looks good. He's moving well out there. What a sensational start to this game. Perfect from the field.
Mills in the corner. The feed to Leonard. And Kawhi Leonard with the slam.
Well, not much you can do to stop that. Leonard showing once again his physical prowess at the 10.
Whiteside with it. Powell's there. Whiteside kicks to Anderson. Back to Whiteside. Again, the Jazz score.
And every move he makes looks like the right one at this point.
Yeah, shooting at a very high percentage right now. This one extending the lead.
Here's Anderson. And it's off the back rim. No good. Spurs trail by 10. Leonard the pass to Mills. Powell with the screen. He feeds it to Leonard. Good work defensively by Whiteside. Jazz have gone 8 of 13 from the field since the start of the fourth, sinking the majority of their shots. And out of bounds as the Spurs gain possession. LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for the Spurs. And Utah also making a switch. Frazier's checked in. Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. They're trailing by 10. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter. And with this game closing in on the final buzzer, let's take a look at our Jordan Player of the Game.
And Kevin, it's a no-brainer. He's controlled every aspect of this game, and it's just so fun to see a player perform at a level that's just higher than anyone else out on the floor.
And at last, he gets a little redemption. You know, it's been several games since he's been at his best. He's really been having a tough time. 1:51 left in the fourth quarter, and it goes down 2 points.
And you could tell they had that play ready to go. Well done on the inbound.
Anderson the screen. Fires the three. Good. Great play set up by Frazier. Frazier's got his 4th assist in this one.
Not a shot the coaches are going to draw up often for him, and he makes it with the defense closing in.
Good-looking screen by Gasol. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That'll be his 2nd foul of the game. Here's Aldridge. The pass to Mills. Here's Leonard. Good again. He's on tonight. 9 for 13 shooting.
Well, this is something he's working on. A good natural leader from the point guard position wants to help out by becoming a better facilitator.
Here's Mitchell. And 2 free throws coming up. Unable to get that one to go with all the contact. That's the first, and that'll push the lead to double digits. And Mitchell drops them both. 1:19 left in the fourth quarter. It's Powell on the wing. Good on the triple. Powell's got 5 points now this quarter.
And defensively, you have got to extend to their shooters. They have been on fire this half.
Yeah, and then the fear sets in that you're going to create driving lanes that could lead to easy buckets. This is not an easy fix.
Frazier kicks to Whiteside. He doesn't hit that one. Good D by Gasol. There's the dish to Powell. Tries again, and the shot is good. The Utah lead has been cut down to just 6 points with the basket from Mills.
For a guy who makes his living behind the three-point line, Mills looks comfortable there, taking it inside.
Frazier kicks to Whiteside. The Jazz working the ball around now. 5 to shoot. Here's Anderson. Rebound San Antonio. 23 seconds left in the fourth quarter. From 13. Sinks it. And now they trail by just 4.
And as a defender, you are left somewhat helpless to stop that. Leonard with too many moves in his arsenal and a flood of ice water in his veins.
First free throw is good, and that puts them up by 5. And so he drops them both. It's a 6-point ball game.
So important to just stay poised, go through your routine. He did a good job there of just keeping his composure and putting those 2 away.
Aldridge a screen. Mills can't hit, and now they decide to foul intentionally.
Shooting for Utah.
It's the first, and that makes it a 7-point lead. And a tough break as his second attempt at the line, no good. Martin dishes to Anderson. Connects from downtown.
Anderson that time shooting without any hesitation. Slow-mo getting one off.
And so it's Utah who scraped by with a win. This was a hard-fought, well-earned victory for him, Greg. They really had...
All right, you Jazz fans. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Finally, I got Donovan Mitchell some help, so that way he won't be keyed on every time he takes it in the hole. He actually has someone to pass the ball to, like Hassan Whiteside and other players. And plus, the team is a little bit better at actually doing some transition defense to where they would switch it up. You saw Gobert, for some strange reason, guarding a point guard, but it made it harder for the point guard to pass the ball out to Paul Gasol. But the team looks better thanks to the trade that I've done. So hopefully you guys enjoyed it. Don't forget to hit that like button. And I'll see y'all on Tuesday with the division gameplay. Y'all take care. Peace.